love to meet her. I don't know if she'll ever come out. But I'm
She
here
doesn't-
for another week.
She doesn't like
You know what? You should become Facebook friends with him.
No, I'm on Facebook.
Oh, well, that's
No,
Twitter?
I'm not into social media and all that. It's a bunch of nonsense. I have not stalker.
You know what?
We're Facebook
Yes.
Hey,
friends now. And Michelle Coyne
I'll
and I
take
are
phone
Facebook
numbers. I will call you and
You
tell
know-
you how things are going.
you know what I like?
Facebook.
Do you know what I like about Facebook?
I like stalking.
My husband's children live 3 hours from us.
So that way you can just catch up with them, right?
Yeah, and I don't get to go when he goes because I work.
And you get
He's
to-
retired. But last night, I come up to talk to the edge of the window to talk to Kurt, and my husband called me this morning. He said, "Sally, for God's sake." And I said, "What?" He said, "Your face took up the whole camera
Are you
last night."
serious?
For
How embarrassing.
just a few seconds.
That's embarrassing.
Just a
That was horrible.
Why didn't you tell her?
I was trying to kill. I was trying to end the stream. I had to end the stream, but she came right here.
Don't do that to her.
I didn't move the camera. Did I move the camera?
There you go.
I was getting.
No, you didn't. It was like
Good evening, everybody. Welcome. It is time for Bronco baseball on a beautiful Saturday night in El Dorado. Kurt Caden with you. It is Thank a Veteran Night, and it's Game 2 of a 3-game series. Let's take a look at the batting order for the Dodge City A's. Bennett Hostetler will lead off. Tucker Rohde bats second. Carlos Mosley third. Austin Feist will bat fourth. Logan Brown batting fifth. Zach Weller batting sixth. Josh Crosby had a big night last night. He bats seventh. Zach Weist will bat eighth, and Jack Malik will bat ninth. Let's take a look at the El Dorado Broncos out in the field. So out in left field tonight is Tanner Sheets. He had a home run last night. Kyle Barfield. Where's Kyle? I lost. There he is. There's Kyle Barfield. And out in right field is John Laguerre. Third base. Sorry about that. There's Jarrett Coyne. He's at third base tonight. Tyler Bailey. He wears number 5. He's the shortstop. Next to him is Mason Goad. He's playing second base tonight. Over at first base, Tanner White. The catcher for the Broncos is Sam Donnell. And on the rubber tonight, big 6'6", and a huge fan club watching and listening and here in the crowd, Josh Riggs. Those are your starting lineups for tonight. Of course, our first pitch originally scheduled for 7 o'clock. You might have noticed all the festivities going on. Thank a Veteran Night. So our first pitch coming at 7:20. I believe it'll be coming at 7:20. Should be a pretty lively crowd tonight. We have a good crowd anyway, but the Josh Riggs clan really packing the McDonald Stadium. And Riggs starts off Hostetler with a strike. The 0-1 and a check swing and out of the zone, ball 1. First pitch temperature tonight here in sunny El Dorado is 88 degrees. We have a southwest wind tonight at 5 miles an hour. Curveball, that one's nubbed foul, 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hello to Nicole Estes. Great photo as they're grilling out. They've got the jerseys on that so many in the crowd are wearing tonight, the Josh Riggs jerseys. There's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tiffany, Nikki, Aaron, and Brandon. And I have so much enjoyed visiting with Harrison and Stella here this week. Hostetler out in front, able to poke that one foul. Harrison and Stella will come up here every few innings and come visit with me. So, boy, they're 2 terrific kids. Thank you for the email and the photo. Love that. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Hostetler. Hit to shortstop. Bailey let it go right through his legs. A rare error on Bailey. The middle infield's been pretty good this year for El Dorado, but that routine one went right through the wickets. So a leadoff error. We'll put a runner at first base for the A's. And here's Tucker Rohde, the second baseman tonight for Dodge City. And the first pitch to him is high and away, ball 1. So a ball and no strikes. To the Dodge City second baseman. Decent lead by Hostetler. Not going. That pitch outside, 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Riggs takes a deep breath at the belt and the pitch. That one's in there for strike 1. 2 balls and a strike. Hello to Amy Russell, and thank you for the emails. Amy was my first emailer of the night. There's a swing and a miss. Strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. One of Amy's emails was wondering why you couldn't hear anything. Well, YouTube has a rule a law, shall we say, that if any commercialized music is on the air with sometimes it's on underneath my voice, and that's okay, but if it's only commercial music going on, YouTube will red flag my video and it cannot be archived. And so it's just safer just to have it on mute. As nearly picked off Hostetler over at first. He had a slow trip back to first there. So that's why we hit mute in between innings and whatnot. When I'm not talking and if there's music playing, Hostetler going, this ball laced foul down the right field side. So that's why you didn't hear anything. Plus the microphone I have around my head is a very directional mic, and it does not pick up a lot of other sound. So that is why there was no audio and just video. But what a celebration of our veterans. Over to first, and Hostetler was leaning, but got back easier this time. Full count here to Rhodey. Hostetler on the move again, and this pitch fouled off again. So we'll do it again. Three balls, two strikes. We've seen Hostetler take off the last two times. Long look in, Sam Donnell catching his fourth game in 5 nights. Hostetler on the move again. And this one hit the back foot, a little back foot curveball by Riggs, and it hit Rhodey. So he'll move down after a long battle with Josh Riggs. So here's Carlos Mosley, the first baseman. Two runners on, no one out. Riggs dealing with Mosley here. Right-handed batter is Mosley, and the pitch from Riggs. This one's hit towards short. On one hop, over to Goad for one, to first, double play. 6-4-3 double play. They induce Mosley. Just what the doctor ordered if you're a Bronco fan. What do they say, Gary? A double play's a pitcher's best friend, and that wasn't any more true than right there. Big crowd in the house here. Josh from Irons, Michigan. Hasn't really played this week. Pitched an inning the other night against Oklahoma City. So you know he wants to have a nice long outing. Here's one up the middle, and a 2-out single by Austin Feist will plate the first run, and it is an unearned run for Josh Riggs. So Hostetler, who reached by the air, comes in to score, and Feist will get an RBI. Here's Logan Brown, the DH. Really good with the bat last night was Logan Brown. Saw him one at bat, squared a bunt, pulled it back, and hit a pitch right up the middle, which couldn't have been done any better. 1 ball and no strikes to Brown in the pitch. This one broke his bat, and that is a foul ball. Not sure. Of course, in the big leagues, they have microphones everywhere. You can hear the bat hit the ball a lot of times, but generally at college level, and certainly here, we don't have any microphones down there, but I don't know if there's a more distinctive sound than the sweet sound when the bat hits the ball just right, and the awful sound it makes when it cracks the bat, makes this awful sound. Ball generally doesn't go anywhere. Shards of bat will fly around. 1 ball and 1 strike to Logan Brown. And the pitch from Riggs, fastball down and in, 2-1. Logan Brown from Mount Vernon, Indiana, goes to the University of Southern Indiana, 6 foot 190. He's ahead 2-1. Runner at first is Feist, and the pitch. Good zip on it, but outside, 3-1. Josh Riggs making his 5th start of the season for El Dorado. He's got a record of 1-1, 31 1/3 innings of work, and just 11 earned runs. 10 walks, 29 strikeouts, and 29 strikeouts, I believe. Yeah. Here's a bat. Oh, watch out down at first base, Tanner White. I don't think he saw that bat helicoptering towards him, and it landed between Tanner White at first base and the first base coach's box. So the action pitch coming up, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Brown. 10 walks, 29 strikeouts for Riggs, and he is one of those guys, like a lot of these Broncos, that has gotten better and better as the summer has gone on. Here's the 3-2, runner on the move, and that pitch nowhere close, ball 4. And that'll bring up the third baseman, Zach Weller.
Number 21, Zach Weller.
Zach Weller. Wearing number 21. Looks like a late add to the team. He's not on the original roster we've got here. First pitch to Weller is out of the zone, ball 1. Weller played a good third base last night for the A's. At the plate, he was 0 for 5 with a couple of strikeouts. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch from Riggs, and that one low, ball 2. So for Weller, this is his 11th game for Dodge City. He has a batting average of .243. He's ahead 2-0 here on Riggs, and the pitch. That one's high and in, 3-0. So Riggs didn't get defensive help early, an early error by Tyler Bailey, but got a 6-4-3 double play. Feist came up with a big 2-out knock. Brown walked, and now Weller's 3-0. And the pitch, and that one's low, ball 4, and Joe Kennedy's going to go try to settle down Josh Riggs. Again, you know Josh has got to have a little extra mojo right now. Hasn't had an at-bat this week. Pitched 1 inning against Oklahoma City. So you know he's pretty jazzed to be pitching in front of Mom Julie and Aunt Sally and Aunt Nancy and so many great folks here that have made the long trek from Michigan down here to South Central Kansas. I know tomorrow will end Parents' Weekend, and I'm not sure how many will be staying, but tomorrow afternoon, I heard between 3 p.m. and 7 p.m., we're supposed to have a heat index of around 105. Josh Crosby, the 7th batter of the inning, comes in. He had a great night last night. He looks at a high curve, 1-0. Crosby last night flew out his first at-bat, then doubled and scored, was hit by a pitch and scored, and singled and scored. 3 times he came across the plate. 1-0, fouled out of play, 1 ball and 1 strike. After this inning, I'll pan through the crowd. You can see all the shirts that have the 2-4 cheering on Josh Riggs here tonight. 1 ball, 1 strike to Crosby. The wind and the deal, and this one's fouled straight up. Donnell might have a chance at it. He's coming back towards the netting and makes the catch. And that ends a long and rough inning, but only 1 run came across for Dodge City. So if you're a Bronco fan, you feel like you may have dodged a bullet there. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, 3 left. After a half inning, Dodge City 1, El Dorado coming to bat. Nice to have you tuned in. This is Bronco Baseball on YouTube. Let's take a look at the batting order for the Broncos and how the A's will be aligned out in the field tonight. For El Dorado, Tyler Bailey will lead off. Jarrett Coyne bats second. Aaron Mack third. Kyle Barfield will bat fourth tonight. Tanner Sheets fifth. I might start calling John Laguerre Johnny Laguerre. I was talking to his mom, and she kept saying, "Oh, Johnny, little Johnny." Johnny Laguerre batting sixth. Tanner White bats seventh. Sam Donnell eighth, and Mason Goad will bat ninth. For the Dodge City A's out in the field, in left field is Austin Feist. Zach Weiss is in center field, and Jack Malik is in right field. Zach Weller is over at third base, the shortstop, a terrific player, Bennett Hostetler. Tucker Rohde's at second base, Carlos Mosley at first. Josh Crosby is catching, and tonight's pitcher for the A's, A.J. Wood. 1-0 A's, bottom of the first inning. Here's Tyler Bailey, and the first pitch from Wood is a little bit high, ball one. A.J. Wood is from Sacramento, California. He goes to Oregon Tech University. Pretty sure that's an NAIA school out in Oregon. 2-0 now on Bailey. Harrison doing a good job getting the crowd going with the "Here we go Broncos, here we go" chant. Bailey looks upstairs, 3-0. The Dodge City leadoff man got on by air. The Broncos would take a leadoff walk to get things going here in the bottom of the first inning. A.J. Wood kind of crouches. Trying to think of what major leaguer did that. 3-0 is in there for strike one. So hello to Dan Bellman. Dan says that Grandma Patsy, Aunt Vicky, Uncle Dan, Uncle Bob, Jim Ninehouse, all watching the game tonight in Irons, Michigan. Wood with the 3-1 pitch, and Bailey fouls it out of play. It's 3-2. And the new shirt is great. I had to tell Aunt Sally one thing, though. I don't have the 24 on my jersey. I feel like I wasn't. I'm part of the clan, but not really. I'm the one they don't want to talk about, so I didn't get to wear number 24. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Bailey, but I sure appreciate the shirt. It fits beautifully. And the 3-2 fouled out of play. And Aunt Sally was really nice. She asked me what size I needed a couple weeks ago, and I said I could do XL, but I like to swim a little bit. I like the 2XL, and she said I didn't need it that big, but I think I do. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Tyler Bailey trying to get things going for the Broncos. And the pitch, that's high, and a leadoff walk for El Dorado. So here comes Jarrett Coyne.
Number 4, Jarrett Coyne.
Jarrett Coyne, last night DH, tonight back over at third base, and he comes into play with a .284 batting average, 31 for 109. And the pitch from Wood, that's in there for strike one. A.J. Wood in his 9th game. This is his 4th start. He has a 2-1 record. He has 2 saves on the season as well. And the pitch, and that curveball. Ooh, fairly generous corner there, and it's 0-2. Wood is in his 9th game, 4th start. He's only pitched 21 innings this summer, given up 20 hits. His walk-to-strikeout ratio very good, 7 walks, 25 strikeouts. He's given up 9 earned runs. So Coyne has to battle in an 0-2 hole in the pitch. That one's outside, 1-2. Jarrett, I'm sure he didn't say it, but I imagine he could have said that pitch was where the strike 2 pitch was, but he didn't. Quick throw over to first, got past the first baseman, Mosley, who then kind of sulked. That allows Bailey to head over to third base. Mosley had an interesting reaction. I don't know if he was either blinded by the sun or just mad that he missed it. Now he throws it a little wildly to Wood. It got past him, but there's Weller. So an error on the pitcher. So Tyler Bailey gets 2 free bases. So each team guilty of an error here in the first inning. Last night they picked off Kyle Barfield with that quick throw over to first. Here's the 1-2 to Coyne, and he held up, and it's 2-2. Tough for the first baseman. Again, they're looking into the sun, so the second baseman doesn't seem to be troubled much by that. Looking out at the right fielder, Malik, he's in the one slice of shade out in right field. 2 strikes to Jarrett Coyne. Dodge City with a win last night, coupled with Liberals' loss, and the A's find themselves a game out of first entering play tonight. Wood gets that pause in the middle of his windup, and now the pitch, and Coyne held up, ball 4. So only 7 walks coming into the game issued by tonight's starter A.J. Wood, but he's walked the first 2 batters. So here's Aaron Mack. Aaron Mack, well, he finally saw his average drop. It was 319 last night, 316 tonight. So he's ready to get it back going north again. And the pitch to Aaron, that's high, ball 1. Aaron Mack is really an intimidating specimen, I feel like. You got to shake his hand. His hands are huge. He just kind of hovers over the plate. He's not afraid to get hit by a pitch. Here's the 1-0, and a good cut, and foul tipped into the catcher's glove. 1 ball and 1 strike. Aaron Mack with 31 hits on the summer, 6 doubles, 2 triples, and 4 homers. 15 RBI. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and he swung a little underneath that one. It's 1-2. For Mack, what's also interesting with Aaron is he's been walked 19 times, and he's been hit by pitch 15. So that's 34 times to the plate that don't count as official at-bats. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wood looking for the strikeout, and that one's fouled off the handle of the bat, it looked like, or the knob of the bat. So walks and hit by pitch, not an official at-bat. It is on base. But that's 34 at-bat. He has 98 official at-bats, so he's been to the plate probably more than anyone this summer for El Dorado. A.J. Wood with a look in. He's got the sun blaring down on him. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Mack. And the pitch, and that one's bounced in. Good hold by Aaron, and it's 2-2. And I haven't seen an email from Dennis Mack, but I know he listens and watches to a lot of our games. And Kyle Barfield, who's waiting on deck. His Aunt Lynn watching as usual from Houston tonight, and again watching with Dizzle. Dizzle the dog. Swing and a miss by Mack. Had a couple good cuts there, but couldn't quite measure it up. That's a big strikeout for Wood, because now the double play could get Dodge City out of some trouble here.
Number 3, Kyle Barfield.
So Kyle Barfield steps in. And there's Dizzle. Dizzle the dog watching to our game tonight. Thanks, Lynn, for the email. Kyle Barfield had 3 RBIs last night for the Broncos, if I'm not mistaken. Here's the first pitch to Kyle, and that's in there for strike 1. Barfield had a 2 RBI double and then hit into a fielder's choice, so he was 1 for 3 last night with 3 runs driven in. El Dorado would settle for at least 1 here. No balls and a strike. And the pitch, Barfield hits it down the third base line. That's a fair ball, and that'll go into the corner. Here comes Jarrett Coyne. He rounds third on his way for home, and the relay is dropped. It's a 2 RBI double for Kyle Barfield. That should get Dizzle the dog moving. What a shot by Barfield down the left field line. So, we'll get a mound visit. I rarely get the chance to sit next to Gary Carr, our marvelous statistician, so it's been fun to have Gary. Usually I have to yell across the press box. But we talked about it last night. Leadoff walks. Gary said 75% of the time they come in. What do we got here?
8th time in the last 13 chances, Barfield has moved runners.
8 out of 13 at moving runners. 8 out of his last 13. And this we talked about this, Gary, last night. This is a right-handed pitcher, which Kyle has struggled this summer. So good news all around for Bronco Nation, for Lynn Donovic, for Dizzle, and especially Kyle Barfield and the Broncos. They take a 2-1 lead. So here comes Tanner Sheets. Bailey and Coyne led off with walks. Max struck out, and Barfield delivered him with a double down the left field line. So here's Sheets, who hit a no-doubt home run over the left field wall last night. At the time, made the game a 5-4 score. And the pitch, and that's in there for strike one. Our email address, so many of our Bronco fans know it, but I'll throw it out there in case any of our Dodge City folks want to chime in. It's CADEN, cadenbroadcasting@gmail.com. Love to know who you're rooting for, where you're emailing from. Here's a wild pitch. It gets past Crosby, and Barfield, well, I don't know if he slid or he ended up falling on the base over at third base, on the seat of his pants, which looks funny, but sometimes those can hurt. So a wild pitch, so the Broncos runner at third with less than 2 outs. Corners come in for Dodge City, which is a little interesting that there's no double play opportunity, obviously. Here, corners in, and the middle infielders play at normal depth. 2 balls and a strike here to Sheets. And that fastball, if he wasn't awake, that would wake you up right there. 3 balls and a strike. Barfield on third. He goes to K-State. Sheets is going to K-State. The 3-ball, 1-strike pitch is high, ball 4. Well, the umpire made a little bit of a move like he might be calling a strike, but then pulled it back. So runners at first and third. And that's 3 walks for a pitcher who's only walked 7 on the summer. So here's Johnny Laguerre, right fielder for the Broncos tonight. Laguerre hitting .247, 21 for 85, 5 doubles and a triple. He's driven in 6 on the season. Sheets gets his lead off of first. And the pitch, and it's hit sharply in the hole, a base hit in front of his mom and dad. Johnny Laguerre with a base hit and RBI single. Sheets moves to second base, and Barfield scores. And I had the score wrong. Here we go. There's the right score. How could I not give El Dorado their 2 runs there on that RBI double by Barfield? Well, the score is correct, I promise. 3-1 El Dorado. And here's Tanner White. And the pitch. And this one's hit up the middle. Hostetler waits for it, and he'll just go to first. And retires White. Trying to score on the play is Sheets. And now Sheets will hustle back and get to third. I don't know if Sheets was just feeling Kenny Rogers-like, feeling like the gambler there, or if he thought maybe there was 2 outs and he was just continuing his run home. Crosby, fortunately for El Dorado, dropped the ball. Hostetler made no look at second. He wanted to get the for sure out at first. I'll have to look back. Of course, all our games are archived. I thought Hostetler might have had a play at second, but he took the for sure out. You don't want to fool around here early on. It's already been a long inning for his starter, A.J. Wood. So DJ Gasso is coming in. Sam Donnell is supposed to be up, but the Broncos send. Donnell caught the final out of the top of the first inning. So that'll be. So DJ Gasso. We'll have to see who comes out to catch now for El Dorado. 1 ball, no strikes, and Gasso hits it hard out into center field. Going back is Weiss. He won't get there. Up against the wall. Gasso with a 2 RBI double, and the Broncos lead 5-1. The center fielder, Weiss, playing a little bit shallow, but that was hit well by Gasso, and make no bones about it. So a 2 RBI double. And it's a 5-run inning, and here comes the 9th batter of the inning, Mason Goad. Well, Josh Riggs struggled. Again, after that top of the first, he felt fortunate that it was only 1-0 Dodge City, and now the Broncos have scored 5 here in the first to make it 5-1. Bailey, Coyne, Barfield, Sheets, and Laguerre have all scored. Mason Goad trying to deliver one more for El Dorado. And the pitch, and that one, an excuse me, foul ball. You know, a lot of times in our games, that first inning is kind of everyone feeling each other out. A lot of goose eggs usually in the first inning, or maybe a single run. Here we got 6 runs. Haven't had a chance to talk about the terrific flyover we had. Hopefully you got to see that. If not, you can go back and watch the archive. I was able to catch the flyover here at McDonald Stadium, which was really cool. 1 ball and 1 strike here to Mason Goad. Mason Goad hitting .221 on the summer. A.J. Wood has his sign in the pitch, and Goad will foul this into the parking lot, and it's 1-2. So when it feels like 90 degrees, of course it's always a little warmer on that turf, and the pitcher, Wood, has been out there for a long time here in this bottom of the first inning. Josh Riggs threw 30 pitches in the first inning for El Dorado, so neither starter has been sharp, but Riggs avoided a lot of damage. Wood has not. Goad hits this one into foul territory. Mosley ranging over, and what a great effort by Mosley. You couldn't see it. He jumped up against the wall, but he was unable to make the catch. Now he's checking for slivers on his right hand. Mason Goad will get another chance. No one wanted that ball caught more than A.J. Wood, the starter. Sacramento, Northern California kid, goes to Oregon Tech. Getting a good taste of some Kansas heat here tonight. And Goad looks, this one's... Crosby did all he could to at least get part of his body on it. It actually ricocheted back towards the El Dorado dugout. So it's a wild pitch. Easily moving over to third base is DJ Gasso. No action right now in the Dodge bullpen. And the umpire wants the Bronco players who are on the concrete but not in the dugout. He wants them in the dugout, so they have to vacate. There's a little ledge or landing area here down by the Bronco dugout. 2 balls, 2 strikes here to Mason Goad. 5 are in for El Dorado. A.J. Wood winds and deals, and the pitch, and Goad fouls it off. I'll get the numbers from Gary on how there's been a lot of pitches by A.J. Wood in this inning. I don't know if Gary brought his calculator. A.J. Wood, 2 ball, 2 strike pitch, and Goad held up, and it's 3-2.
From
35. This will be his 36th pitch of the inning. Mason Goad, base hit, could plate another one here for El Dorado. Wood with the 3-2. Goad fouls it off. Why not? And actually, it was heading towards the parking lot. It might have hit the light pole and bounced back into play. Check the baseball for any dents. Toby Reuter's parents are in the crowd tonight. His whole family is here, so even the manager gets to enjoy family weekend. It's good. Here comes a 3-2 to Mason Goad, and foul tipped into Crosby's glove, and that's the inning. But 5 runs on 3 hits. There was an error and 1 left. After an eventful first inning from McDonald Stadium, it's El Dorado 5, Dodge City 1. This is Bronco Baseball on YouTube. So a pretty lengthy break for Josh Riggs. He comes back to the mound, and he starts off with ball 1 to Zach Weiss. 16 batters in the first inning, 7 for Dodge City, 9 for El Dorado. 6 runs scored. Each team had an error. 1 ball and 1 strike here to Zach Weiss. Weiss squares, and then that ball came right under the chin. 2 balls and a strike. Yeah, this is one of those nights where if you showed up late to the park, you're going to still see a lot of baseball. Here it is almost 8 o'clock, and we've played 1 inning. Fouled off the fencing here, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes for Zach Weiss. Weiss hitting .258. This is his 10th game of the summer. 8 for 31. Riggs will wind and deal, and that pitch, the umpire looked like he wanted to ring him up, but he held up. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Well, when you see the umpire take a step back and you see the shoulders kind of shimmy a little bit, you're ready for the ring up, and everything happened except for the ring up, and now pitch upstairs, ball 4. So Riggs loses Weiss. And here's Jack Malik.
Number 19, Jack Malik.
Malik, in his 15th game of the summer, he's coming to the plate 35 times. He's got 10 hits, so a batting average of .286. 10 hits, 2 doubles, 2 homers. And he looks at ball 1. Well, neither starter really working from in front here tonight. 5-1 El Dorado here in the top of the second inning. We'll get to more of your emails here in a moment. And that pitch a little bit high. Jarrett Coyne will go visit. Of course, Coyne and Riggs play together at Alma College. They are our Michigan connection. I was mentioning to if there's any Dodge City fans who would like to email us, just one rule. We want to know who you're rooting for, where you're emailing from. And if you want to send a photo and show me how you're watching the game, that's always fun too. The Bronco Nation is well schooled in this drill. Riggs misses badly here. 3 balls and no strikes. Josh Riggs has Uncle Andy and family back in Michigan cheering him on from Kalkaska. Go Broncos. Thank you, Andrew Long. 3-0 in the pitch. And that missed. Jared Coyne's going to go talk to Josh Riggs again, probably to settle him down. 3-0, generally, most umpires are fairly giving. That looked like it was down the middle, but it is a walk, so back-to-back walks. That spelled trouble for Dodge City, I should say, in the bottom of the first inning. See if the Broncos can fare better, but they've got a tough cookie up there. Bennett Hostetler. He squares the bunt, looks at strike one. No balls and a strike. Hostetler started the game off with a ground ball to Bailey at short that just went right through the wickets and right out into left field for an error, and Hostetler eventually scored the lone run for Dodge City. Curveball hit sharply down the third base line. Gasso got a glove on it, and that slowed it up. Scoring easily is Weiss, and staying at second base will be Malik. So that's a base hit. Good effort by Gasso. And an RBI single for Hostetler. Last night, every time the Broncos made a move or had the lead or got the game tied, Dodge City just came right back. This is a feisty bunch of A's. They just keep on playing the game, and it's 5-2, and runners remain at first and second. Here's Tucker Rohde. He was hit by a pitch his first time. He's on that pitch, fouled it straight back. No balls and a strike. Riggs with a look over at second, and now the pitch, and Rohde hits it towards first. White has it, throws down to short. No one out there, no one out at first. And the bases are loaded, and got to be an error, yeah. Error on Tanner White's throw. What looked like a sure double play. The Broncos don't get any outs, and the bases are loaded. So we'll see what Mosley does here. Mosley came up with runners at first and second last inning and hit into a 6-4-3. He comes up here with bases loaded and nobody out. And the pitch, strike one, thrown by Riggs. Mosley is in his 12th game, and he is only 50 for the summer, 18 for 40. 5 doubles, a triple, and a homer. He's got 9 RBI. This one's hit out into right center field. Barfield closing in, and he can't make the catch. Off his glove. Laguerre picks it up. 1 run will score. Barfield felt like he should have had it. He came a long way, and it'll be a base hit for Mosley. So that's one of those hits that I'm sure Barfield would like to have back. And it's 5-3. And Josh Riggs, well, he's had a couple of walks. His defense hasn't helped him much. Of course, the runners had to play Barfield for a catch there. So only 1 scored. Bases remain loaded. Here's Austin Feist. And a swing and a miss. Strike 1. 5-3 El Dorado, top of the second inning. A lot of traffic on the base pass in the first inning and a half. Feist fouls this one out of play, and it's 0-2. Of course, what else this is doing is adding to a pitch count for Josh Riggs. He had 30 pitches in inning number 1, and already some action down in the El Dorado bullpen. There's one fouled off. Trying to see who's down there for El Dorado. Let me zoom down. Colton Schenker is down warming up for El Dorado in the bullpen. Not vigorously, but a couple of taxing innings here on Josh Riggs. No balls, 2 strikes to Feist, and the pitch, swing and a miss. A strikeout much needed there for Josh. And there's 1 away. So the first out of the inning recorded. Here comes a good hitter in Logan Brown. Brown walked in the first inning. Good heat on that pitch, but out of the zone. Ball 1. Here's a ball hit out to Barfield. He's got to play at second base. The throw to second, and out! A double play! Tucker Rohde went too far off the base. The run does not count that came across the plate. It's a double play. Just exactly what Josh Riggs needed. And again, 2 runs scored. Felt like Dodge City was primed for a much bigger inning. That's 2 innings in a row. They've left a lot of meat on the bone. 2 runs score, 2 hits. There was an error and 2 left. We have played 1 inning and a half. It's 5-3 El Dorado. This is Bronco Baseball on YouTube. Welcome back. I thought it was Bailey. Welcome back here. Tyler Bailey's at the plate. I should have watched closer on the replay here that I got. Tyler Bailey lifts one into shallow center field. Weiss coming in, and he'll make the catch for the first out of the inning. Broncos batted around in the first inning. And here comes Jarrett Coyne. And want to give a shout out to some Jarrett Coyne fans in Standish, Michigan. Mary Kay. Mary Kay loves the game of baseball, loves Jarrett as he squared around and he looks at strike 1. She and her husband Norm watched Jarrett when he was a baby, and fortunately Norm has passed, but we know he would have been very proud of Jarrett, and Mary Kay certainly is as well. So glad you're enjoying the broadcast tonight from Standish, Michigan. And let's see what Jarrett can do here. 1 ball and 1 strike, and he'll foul this one off. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, some more Josh Riggs fans from Michigan. Lynn Hudson, part of the rather large Josh Riggs fan club. How hard is he throwing? Well, we don't have a radar gun. I don't know. Gary, do you have radar numbers on your glasses or anything? We would just be guessing. We've heard the glove pop pretty good. We think that he might have thrown so hard that he might have hurt Sam Donnell's thumb, which made Sam, after the first inning, leave the game. Not that that's a good thing, but shows you that he has some life in his arm, that's for sure. 3 balls, 2 strikes here to Jarrett Coyne. And the pitch from Wood, that's outside, ball 4. So Mary Kay has to be happy with that at bat. Jarrett was in a hole, and he worked his way out of it, and another walk to Jarrett Coyne. So here's Aaron Mack. Aaron Mack struck out his first time, but he had some good cuts up there. The Dodge City A's made a change. Tell you about that in a second. Here's a pitch. That's out of the... Oh, that's called a strike. The catcher, Crosby, reached into the other batter's box there. We have a good look from right here, but strike one to Aaron Mack. That's a tough call. 0-1 to Mack, and the pitch. And that one called strike two. So Aaron Mack will have to bear down. He's had a couple of pitchers' pitches called against him here. No balls, 2 strikes to Mack. Coin off of first. And Mack fouls this one, and he had a good read on that one. No balls and 2 strikes still. For the Dodge City A's, Luke Agesti has taken over in left field for Austin Feist. E-I-G-S-T-I, so I hope I'm saying it right. Agesti. Here we go, 0-2 again to Mack. Coyne's got a good lead off of first, not going. Mack swinging a miss. So first base, there's no chance to run down to first. He thought he fouled the ball off. He's asking the umpire. Crosby's been pretty solid back there. It's unlike him just to let one go right through him. So again, we had this situation last night. It's going to be hard for the base umpire to make a call. And that's a frustrating at bat for Aaron Mack. I don't think Aaron Mack would be arguing this much if he didn't think he had either fouled it off, or maybe he's asking for catcher's interference. So Aaron Mack goes back in a bad mood. Second strikeout of Mack. Coyne moves down to second base on, I guess, what would be then a pass ball. Have to be a pass ball, not a foul ball. So here's Kyle Barfield. And Kyle's parents are in the crowd. They were recognized in between innings. There's Dad. Mom is over there. Let me get this back into on the game. First pitch to Barfield, a swing and a miss. Yeah, in between every innings, family weekends, so families are being recognized, and I've met some, haven't met them all, so it's fun to see them stand up and just be able to see who they are. No balls and a strike. Here to Kyle Barfield, a 2 RBI double back in the first inning, last inning. Here's the pitch from Wood, and that's outside. Nice pick by Crosby, 1-1. A.J. Wood has thrown a lot of pitches. Neither starter has the look that they're going to go very long here tonight. One ball, 1 strike. And the pitch, that one's low, and another nice backhanded scoop by Crosby. I know playing on the turf has to make it easier with those scoops, but that's still not an easy play. Catcher's glove. Most of you watching have been around the game. You might have tried a catcher's glove on. It's not the easiest things to make backhanded picks with. 2-1, and Barfield taking all the way. No, umpire thought he would rung up Kyle Barfield, and it's 2-2. So it looks like our umpires need to just kind of refocus. That never looks good when you ring up a guy on a 2-1 count. Now it's 2-2. Kyle was not fazed by it. I guess we're all prone for mistakes, but I'm gonna the monitor I'm watching on. There's about a 20-second delay, so I'm gonna watch that again. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the Kansas State Wildcat and El Dorado Bronco, Kyle Barfield. And the pitch hit up the middle, and that's going to get into the outfield. Coyne was on the move, and he will score. Kyle Barfield with a seeing eye single up the middle. That is his 3rd RBI. Yeah, I had the wrong number written down here. Boy, Barfield just guided that one. So Coyne scores, and it's 6-3 El Dorado. And as we've seen with this Dodge City A team, you never have enough. You just got to keep trying to score because this is a good A's team. Tanner Sheets comes up. He walked and scored in the first. And the pitch. Sheets hits it hard out into left field. Back to the track, to the wall. Gone! Tanner Sheets dials long distance. There's Kyle Barfield coming in to score. And let's get it on Tanner Sheets for the second time in as many nights. A no-doubt home run over the left field wall. So the Broncos get those runs right back, and then one. Dodge City scored 2 in the top of this inning. El Dorado now has scored 3. So here's Johnny Laguerre. And Laguerre looks at ball 1. And there is activity in the Dodge bullpen as well. John Laguerre singled in a run and scored in the first inning. Here he is batting again in the second inning. And Laguerre looks inside, ball 2. The Broncos sent 9 to the plate in the first inning. John Laguerre is their 6th batter here in the second inning.
I was wondering if we were going to get him.
2 balls and no strikes, and the pitch to Laguerre, and it's 3-0. Wood is seeing his 15th hitter, and he's gone an inning and 2/3, and Crosby's going to go out and give him a little breather here. 8-3 Broncos. Well, let's see. I'll zoom in down here, see who's warming up. Number 2, it looks like, warming up for Dodge City. John Werner is warming up down in the Dodge City bullpen, and I'd imagine the leash for Wood can't be stretched a whole lot more. Here's the 3-0, and that close, and a 4-pitch walk. So down to first base, Laguerre. And here's Tanner White. Tanner White grounded out to short his first time. Clay Cedarquist in his first summer as head coach for the A's. Wanting to get one more out from A.J. Wood, and he starts White off with a strike. Appreciate Carlson Kirby Morris, sponsors of tonight's game here at El Dorado. It's Veterans Night. Some tremendous Americans in the crowd. White looks at ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. It's really fun seeing all the Air Force and Army and Navy and Marines and Coast Guard, the wars that the eras and the wars that they fought in, they were recognized. We had the flyover, taps was played. Miss Elementary USA sang the national anthem. She was tremendous. We had the Legion Riders here. Here's the 1-1 to White, and that one missed 2-1. At first, that looked like maybe an inviting pitch for White to hit, but he's got a better eye than I do, and he watched it for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. DJ Gasso waits on deck for the Broncos. Big lead over at first, and the pitch. And White shoots it into the gap in left center field. That's going back up against the wall. It'll one-hop it around second to third, and now here comes Laguerre. He will score. Tanner White trying to score, and the Hostetler's throw from short hit into the player. Here comes White trying to score, and he does. Oh, boy. That's going to be a double and then an error. A comedy of errors there for Dodge City.
I'll give him a triple.
A triple. So White will get a triple, an RBI, and then he scores on an error. On Hostetler, I guess it has to be. Put it in the gap. The cutoff throw was to Hostetler out in shallow left field. Hostetler went to throw it, and he threw it into the legs of second baseman Tucker Rohde, who was just backing up Hostetler on the throw. And Tanner White decided to try to score, and he did. So let me put those on the board, 9 and 10. And we are going to have a new pitcher for Dodge City. 10-3 Broncos. We're in the bottom of the second inning. More play-by-play in a moment. This is Bronco Baseball on YouTube. So welcome back. John Warner is the new pitcher for Dodge City, and DJ Gasso up there is swinging a miss. Harrison is up here. Harrison, I keep hearing you start the "Let's Go Broncos" chants. Show me how it goes.
Here we go, Broncos. Here we go.
Doot. Yeah.
Here we go, Broncos. Here we go.
Love it.
So Harrison,
pitch to Gasso is out of the zone. We have one ball and one strike. Harrison, what's going on?
Well, it's pretty good day.
How come?
Cause I'm really glad the Broncos are winning,
Me too.
and they're my favorite team.
Mine too. We have the same favorite, and we have the same jerseys on. Only I don't have a 24 on mine.
Yeah.
Can you write one on mine?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait. I'm gonna keep it like this.
So
we're happy.
last time the Dodge City beat the Broncos,
That's not gonna
but the Broncos take the lead.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Hang on. Let me tell everyone that is the end of the inning as Gasso grounds out to third base, and that ends another long inning for the Dodge City A's. El Dorado scores 5 times in the inning on 3 hits. There was an error and nobody left on base. So let's keep it right here. We've got a Harrison up here. It's 10-3, and actually I'm gonna get the camera right here on Harrison. I don't have you, Aunt Sally. All right, Harrison. So who do you know watching? Is anyone watching back home? That your mom and dad, I think, are watching.
I know Josh Rakes, and I know Austin Meyer,
Yes.
And your mom and dad are watching.
and my mom and dad are watching.
You dad right now, or are you enjoying kind of a little vacation?
I'm enjoying the vacation.
That's good. All right. Anyone else?
I think
Is that it? Have we covered it? Look at, see, if you look on my monitor, Harrison, you'll see, there you are. You want to wave to anyone?
Say hi, Mom.
Yay! All right, Harrison joining us. All right, we're going to take a quick pause in the action. 10-3 Broncos as we head to the third inning. Aunt Sally, Harrison joining us here. Having fun at the ballpark tonight. That's what it's all about. Folks have come a long way, and they have been very kind to me. They're good Bronco supporters. So fun to do a few things a little out of the ordinary, that's for sure, and it's fun. The Broncos have 10 runs in 2 innings. Zach Weller leading off, and he's got a 1-ball, 2-strike pitch coming up from Josh Riggs. And a swing and a miss and a strikeout. Josh would love a low-pitch inning here, and I'm sure Toby Reuter would especially like that. Josh Crosby coming up. He popped out to then-catcher Sam Donnell to finish what was a long top of the first inning. First pitch from Riggs, curveball, stayed upstairs, ball 1. Get to some more of your emails. A lot of you emailing tonight, which is just great. And Riggs in there for strike 1. And my camera, I'm sorry, folks, that's not centered up at all. There we go. 1 ball, 1 strike to Crosby, and look out, that one low, 2-1. So we have Terry and Paul watching the game from Traverse City, Michigan, and they are hoping all their friends and family have enjoyed their time with Josh and his foster family. Thanks, Terry and Paul, for the email. I also got the lowdown on Jimmy and Lynn Hudson and all the work they've done with Josh and coaching baseball, coaching weekend baseball and whatnot. And boy, we never have enough good volunteer coaches. So Jimmy and Lynn Hudson, thanks for the email. There's a walk to Crosby, so Zach Weiss will come to the plate. So Dan Bellman telling me I've gotten a couple of emails about this, saying my camera keeps going in and out of focus. First pitch out of the zone. So I've got my laptop here as well, and I'm watching it, and I'm not seeing it. And I had Aunt Sally, Dan, I had Sally verify. Now, I know there is a netting in front of me, so when I zoom in or whatnot, it will go out of focus. But when I leave it just like this, there's 1 ball and 1 strike. Weiss didn't like the call one bit. I'm curious if it's all right as we leave it just from this long shot here. But I am aware when I zoom in, the autofocus goes crazy. Ball high, 2-1. Weiss with a look back, and Jarrett Coyne will again go down and visit with Josh Riggs. So, Dan, you're not the only one that's had that concern about the focus. Aunt Lynn Kyle Barfield's Aunt Lynn says very blurry right now. Of course, that was about 15 minutes ago, so I don't know if I was doing anything with the camera. I'm just curious, if I don't touch it, if I just leave it like that, how is it on your end? Because on my end, I'm watching it, and it looks fine. Pitch in there for strike 2 to Weiss. Donna Long in Luther, Michigan, watching Josh and her family. Donna, thanks for the email. I keep telling everyone when I get emails from all you good folks. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch, and that's in there for strike 3. Weiss was bailing out of there, and that one found the inner third. So 2 away, and here's Jack Malik.
Number 19, Jack Malik.
The J Clan watching tonight from Oklahoma City. That's Jeff Meyer and clan. Always good. And again, I say it about every night. I don't get tired of emails at all. It's always fun to know that you're out there watching and listening. And that's great. Thank you, Jeff, for your emails. Riggs hits the corner. And it's no balls and 2 strikes to Malik. He walked and scored his first time. And time is called, maybe by coin. 10-3 El Dorado. Top of the 3rd inning. And the pitch from Riggs, and that one. Boy, good emergency hack there by Malik. Just to stay alive and live to see another pitch. Holly Lockhart, the Lockhart's watching. And while they're also, so they're watching Josh and cheering on the Broncos, they're also cheering on cousin Ben, who turned 13 yesterday. And he's playing in a baseball tournament today. They went 1-1 today, so good luck, Ben, the rest of the way. Looks like a beautiful day in Michigan for baseball. 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Malik. And the pitch, and that went through the glove. Something, I don't know if from the glove, a thumb protector in the glove came flying out. So he'll put that back in there. Something to, I think, protect his thumb. So wild pitch, did you say? Or pass ball? Pass ball. Pass ball will send a runner. That's Crosby down to second base. 2 balls and 2 strikes, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Coyne will go out and finish it off with a tag, and Riggs strikes out the side in the 3rd. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd inning, 10-3 El Dorado. So Mason Goad will lead things off here in the bottom of the 3rd inning against John Warner. John Warner came in to get the final out of the 2nd inning. An inning and 2/3 for the starter tonight, Wood, for Dodge City. First pitch from Warner, way upstairs, ball 1. So Wood gave up 10 runs. I didn't do the math on how many were earned. All but 9 runs earned in an inning and 2/3. That'll skyrocket an ERA. Here's the 1-0, and that's a good fastball in there for strike 1. John Warner is from Burlington, Iowa. He goes to Des Moines Area College, 6'2", 170. And the 1-1 pitch, and Goad hits it out to short. Hostetler gets a nice Sunday hop, throws over to first, and Goad is retired. So 1 away, and here comes Tyler Bailey. Bailey hitting for the 3rd time in as many innings. I feel like so much has happened. I feel like I've talked enough for 7 innings, and we're in the bottom of the 3rd. Mentioned the email I got from Holly Lockhart and Ben. I just ran down to show the Riggs and Aunt Sally, the whole gang down there, and I got the update how Ben had a 2 RBI single up the middle and was very important in their win today. So, way to go, Ben. 1 ball and 1 strike here to Tyler Bailey. Tyler Bailey out of Stafford, Virginia. Mom Lynn is here. And the 1-1 pitch, and that one's low, ball 2. Bailey enters play tonight hitting .250. 27 for 108. 27 hits, 108 at bats. Here's the 2-1. And that pitch low, 3-1. Derby and Oklahoma City playing a doubleheader today. Derby won game 1, 8-2. And they entered play only a half game out of first. Game 2 going on right now. 3-1, missing, and a 5-pitch walk. And that'll bring up Jarrett Coyne, who has walked and scored twice tonight. What a escape job by Derby last night. And again, we saw Oklahoma City here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Last night, Oklahoma City had a 4-run lead going into the 9th inning, and they gave up 5 and lost 10-9. And I mean, you just want to talk about a team that just is not having any good fortune go their way. I mean, that's baseball. Injuries and things happen. Certainly summer baseball. You see guys leave teams all the time. In fact, Dodge City's #1 pitcher is no longer with the team. Decided had enough work in, and he is, I believe, heading to Emporia State, and so he's done for the summer. So these things happen during summer baseball, but you hate to see a team go 3-28, for heaven's sakes. 2 balls and no strikes to Coyne. And the pitch. And Coyne hits it hard out into left field. That will go up against the wall. Coyne on his way to second. Bailey heads to third, and it's a sliding double for Jarrett Coyne. So that'll bring up one Bronco who really had a frustrating at-bat his last time, and actually Aaron Mack is the only Bronco who hasn't had much fun here tonight. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. He's got a couple of runners out there to deliver. 1 away for the Broncos here in the 3rd, and a good rip by Aaron, but he's a little out in front of that one. No balls and 1 strike. Aaron Mack from Newman University in Wichita. And the 0-1, and Max swings over the top of that one. It's 0-2. Now for Aaron, it's just a matter of putting it in play. The defense is conceding a run here. And the pitch, and Mack hits it sharply into left center field. Coyne had to duck out of the way. He rounds third, stumbles, and he's going to stay at third. Dodge City has just not been sharp on their hitting their cutoffs. Coyne could have scored anyway, but he didn't. So it's an RBI single for Aaron Mack. He needed that. So the Broncos touching up John Warner now. And Kyle Barfield is 2 for 2. A single, a double. He's scored twice, and he's driven in 3. Let me put Aaron Mack at first. There we go. And no one in the bullpen, so John Warner is going to be asked to do some work here for the A's. And Barfield fouls this one off. Aunt Lynn, Kyle's Aunt Lynn, says it looks better now, and Dan Bellman says the focus has been good. Okay, good. Glad to hear it. I do like to zoom in, and that will throw off the focus from time to time. No balls, 1 strike to Kyle Barfield. And the pitch. And Barfield hits this one out into right center field. Going back is Malik against the wall. He made the catch. Tagging and scoring is Jarrett Coyne. What a great catch out there by Malik. Barfield hit it about as far as you could. So a sacrifice fly, a 4th RBI of the night for Barfield. Jarrett Coyne now becomes the first Bronco to score 3 times tonight. So 12-3 El Dorado, and here's Tanner Sheets, who hit a no doubt 2-run home run last inning. I look at Gary's scorecard, look at mine, they look similar. They're filling up. We're filling in about every box through the first 3 innings. Sheets looks at ball 1. And the pitch outside, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Johnny Laguerre waiting on deck for the Broncos. And Harrison with his, here we go, Broncos chant. Gets the crowd going. And the pitch to Sheets got away from Crosby, but not far enough for Mack to advance. The Hayes Larks leading Hayesville 11-2 after 6 innings. Not terribly surprised by that. Great Bend leads Liberal 6-3 after 5. Great Bend beat Liberal last night. They're up in the 6th inning, 6-3. Great Bend will be here on Tuesday night and Wednesday and Thursday. Here's the 3-1, and out of the zone, ball 4 to Sheets. So Sheets will trot down with a 2-out walk. Down to second is Aaron Mack, and here's Johnny Laguerre. Laguerre tonight, 1 for 1. An RBI single in the first. He scored in the first. He walked and scored in the second inning. This is the kind of night that, well, you can really pad some numbers for you. The way the Broncos are going right now. First pitch in there, strike 1 to Laguerre. Warner looks in. Runners at first and second, 2 out, and this one's bouncing in. Nice job by Crosby. 1 ball and 1 strike. For Warner, his 7th game, he's only pitched 9 innings this summer. 10 hits, 6 earned runs, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts, and he has a record of 1-0. Crosby will walk out. So the catchers tonight have been going out to talk to their pitchers. We've seen Jarrett Coyne go talk to Josh Riggs several times. So Laguerre, 1 ball and 1 strike. Folks are in the crowd. And the pitch, and that's in there for strike 2. Don't think John quite agreed with that one, but it's 1-2 now, so he'll have to get into more of a defensive mode here. 12-8-2. I'll double check that after this half inning. 3-3-2 for Dodge City. And the 1-2 pitch. And Laguerre held up. 2-2. Same 2 teams here tomorrow night to close out this series and their season series. El Dorado currently 1-3 against Dodge this summer. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and the pitch, and Laguerre grounds it to Hostetler at short. He'll wait on it. Quick throw over to second, and they get Tanner Sheets by a step. El Dorado scores 2 more on 2 hits. No errors, 1 left. We go to the 4th inning. El Dorado 12 and Dodge City 3. This is Bronco Baseball on YouTube. Josh Riggs is at 72 pitches as we head to the 4th inning. He's been given a nice cushion here, 12-3. So his job now, throw strikes. And he does, and Hostetler delivers it out into right center field. Laguerre's got it. He turns and throws, but Hostetler will go in standing with a double. So the Broncos have 12 runs on 8 hits, 2 errors, and El Dorado 12 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors. Dodge City 3 runs, 4 hits now, and 2 errors. Leadoff double by Hostetler. Tucker Rohde up there fouls it off. I just get the feeling, watching these Dodge City guys come to the bat, 12-3 seems nice and comfortable, but what we saw El Dorado with a big lead over Hayes, and we saw the Larks get within 1 before El Dorado was able to stretch it out again and win. And we still have a lot of baseball to go, so got to keep focused. Keep playing the game. Riggs with the pitch, and that one a little bit high, I guess. 2 balls and a strike. The high-low calls have been a little inconsistent on both sides. Here's the 2-1. And popped up on the infield. Now roaming out, actually. Barfield coming in, and he'll take command as it actually drifted out into very shallow center field. So Kyle Barfield with the catch. Right off the bat, it looked like it was just going to go to short, but it drifted out to shallow center. Barfield with the play, 1 away. So here's Carlos Mosley. Mosley has a single and an RBI tonight. He hit into a double play as well, 1 for 2. The right-handed batter hits it hard into center field. Barfield's got it. We'll see. He's just going to go the short way. Yeah, don't really want to throw home and let runners continue to go to second base. So an RBI single for Mosley. And again, they have good hitters, so they're going to keep hacking, that's for sure. So here is Agesti, who came into the game for Feist. And this will be his first at bat. Feist went 1 for 2 with the RBI. Don't know why he came out. Agesti looks at ball 1. Now Coyne throws down a delayed steal, and it goes into center field. So it'll be a stolen base and then an error. Delayed steal there by Mosley. And the error on the catcher? On the throw. Third Bronco error. So it's 12-3. You want in front of Sue Vane wants in front of the camera. No Michelle. Do we have Gina? Come up here. Here's the 1-1. Hit towards third. Gloved over there by Gasso. Throws to first. And did they get him? They did. The run will score. And that makes it 12-5. So the run did score on that ground out by Agesti. It was a close play at first. So here's Logan Brown with a no ball, 1 strike count. Now 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 away for Dodge here in the top of the 4th inning. They have scored 2. It's 12-5. And that pitch on the corner, 1-2. No one loosening in either bullpen right now. Riggs, deep breath. Here comes the 1-2. And it's chopped off the plate. Riggs goes back. He fields it, has to turn and throw in the turf. Gloved over there by White. What a play. Great play by Riggs. Not a great throw, but a terrific dig by Tanner White. 2 runs score on 2 hits. There was an error. We head to the bottom of the 4th. 12-5 El Dorado. Well, you see it all the time. Guy makes a great play in the field. He leads off the next inning. Tanner White with a terrific dig. And actually, White, you think about the play before, he had to kind of step awkwardly on first to glove the throw from Gasso to get Agesti. So 2 good plays over at first base by Tanner White. Then he looks at ball 1. White fouls it off. 1 ball and 1 strike.
What is up?
Are you selling?
Yeah, we are.
Good to see 2 pitchers. Taylor Woods and Mitch McIntyre. Do you know I got followed? Here's the 1-1. That's low, 2-1. On my Twitter account, Rich McIntyre followed me.
Down there in the blue, baby blue, on his phone.
He might be on my Twitter.
He might be.
Rich McIntyre, my new follower. I'll get some money in a second. 2 balls and a strike here to Tanner White. White, Gasso, and Goad, the bottom 3rd for El Dorado here in the 4th inning. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tanner White, an RBI triple his last time up. And a ground out to short. He's 1 for 2. A 2-2 from Warner. And White sprays it foul. So a 2-2 pitch on the way, and this one's bounced on the right side. The second baseman, Rohde's got it over to first, and White is retired. Could be good news for the Broncos. Their leadoff man got out to lead off the second, the third, and now the fourth. They've scored 7 times when that's happened. So... could be a good sign. Here's DJ Gasso. And he looks at ball 1. One ball, no strikes. And the pitch. And Gasso reaches out and shoots it through the left side. That's a hit for Gasso, and he is 2 for 3 tonight for El Dorado. Absolutely. And that'll bring up Mason Goad. Mason Goad is the only Bronco who has not been on base yet tonight.
How are you, bud? Good. How are you? Good. Missed you at the picnic today.
I didn't know anything
Mason
about
Goad
it.
with a strikeout in the first inning. He grounded out to short in the third. Gasso with his lead off of first, and the pitch to Goad, and he held up. 1 ball and no strikes.
There you are.
I got my 3 tickets, which is usually just my donation to the Bronco Fund.
Maybe a winner tonight.
Because I see everyone else pull out 10s and whatnot, and you guys rip off like hundreds of tickets. I don't have that game.
We really need to change it so we're not ripping off so many tickets.
What else do 2 starting pitchers have to do when they're not going to pitch?
True.
2 balls and no strikes here to Goad.
We threw the other nights.
Tyler Bailey waits on deck for El Dorado.
He's doing all right. Is he? He struggled a little bit.
Warner with a look over at first.
What's that? He's all nervous.
And the pitch. And that's out of the zone. Ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Or excuse me, 3 balls, no strikes here to Mason Goad. 12-5 Broncos for the 4th inning. And the pitch, and that's inside. And a 4-pitch walk to Mason Goad will put runners at first and second. So here comes Tyler Bailey. Bailey is 0 for 1, but he has scored 2 times. He walked in the first and scored. He walked in the third and scored. So Bailey bats for the 4th time in as many innings. El Dorado has kept the line moving all night long. Out of Stafford, Virginia. Goes to King College. And that pitch up high, ball 1. Mentioned Warner this is his 7th game, but he's only pitched 9 innings, so generally he's a 1-inning guy for the A's.
Take one for the team.
And yeah, taking one for the team here. He came in with 2 away in the 2nd inning. He remains in the game here in the 4th. And Bailey behind on that fastball, 1 ball and 1 strike. Gary and I looking at Josh Riggs' pitch count. He's at 86. We'd like to see him get 1 more inning so he could qualify for the win here tonight. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gasso at second, Goad at first. And Bailey bounces it to Hostetler at short. He'll throw to second for 1, over to first, not in time. So runners are at the corners for El Dorado with 2 away. Goad is retired.
Number 4, Jarrett Coyne.
And here's Jarrett Coyne, one of the 2 Alma Scots here. See, now when you guys said, what shirt do you wear, I thought an Alma Scots shirt was coming.
Well, we can do that.
Jarrett is 1 for 1, a double and 3 runs scored tonight. And he looks at strike 1. Aunt Sally battling a cold. I'm not afraid of the cold.
I got it from Uncle Dan.
Uncle Dan? Dan, he's been emailing me tonight.
Oh, good.
Coin looks at ball 1. So the crew is leaving tomorrow, right?
Yeah, we got to go back to reality.
Back to... So you'll be watching the game en route tomorrow. 1 ball, 1 strike to Coin in the pitch. And Jarrett couldn't pull the trigger, 1-2. Jarrett Coin entered tonight's play with a batting average of .284. 10 RBIs and 17 runs scored for Jarrett Coin. He could get another one here with a 2-out knock. The pitch from Warner, outside, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. El Dorado scored 5 in the first, 5 in the second, and 2 in the third. Dodge City scored 1 in the first, 2 in the second, and 2 in the fourth. And for the A's, they left a lot of meat on the bone in the first and second inning. Left the bases loaded in both those innings and were only able to score 3 times. So Riggs was able to work out of some big jams. Coin looks at this one in the turf. Good stop by Crosby, 3-2. So the runner at first, Bailey, will get a head start here. Right field, Malik plays rather deep out there. He's near the track. Of course, the Broncos have sent some balls over the heads of the A's outfielders tonight. Harrison with his "Let's Here We Go Broncos" chant again. Harrison is an excellent fan. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the pitch, and a swing and a miss. Coin will run, the throw down to first, and he's retired. So El Dorado does not score for the first time tonight. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 2 left. We'll head to the 5th inning, 12-5 El Dorado. You're watching and listening to Bronco Baseball. Zach Weller leads off for Dodge City here in the top of the 5th inning. And the first pitch, or the second pitch, lifted towards center field and out of the reach of Bailey. That's a leadoff single for the A's, and here they come again. This is a big inning for Josh Riggs. Needs 5 innings to qualify for a win. So here is Josh Crosby. And the pitch from Riggs is missing, ball 1. Well, after a rough couple of innings for Josh, he's had a good 3rd inning where he struck out the side. Crosby hits it out into right field. Laguerre in his tracks makes the catch for the first out. Of course, I mention a lot Julie Riggs and Aunt Sally and Aunt Nancy, but I don't give Grant Riggs, Father Grant, much. Haven't talked about him. The ladies always seem to come to the forefront, but Grant was an all-league, all-district baseball player back in his day, and certainly a good mentor to the Riggs boys. Our email address, cadenbroadcasting@gmail.com. Feel free to join in. 1 ball and no strikes. To Zach Weiss. Zach 0 for 1. He's walked and scored and struck out. And this one's hit out into center field. Kyle Barfield trying to get a read on it, coming in, makes the catch, and now winds up, fires to first, and they got it. Oh! It looked like they got him at first. Great throw by Barfield. Almost another double play started by Kyle Barfield. That one looked to me at least clearer than the first one. The first one I thought could have gone the other way. It went against Dodge. This one goes for Dodge. And for Weller, it looked like Barfield had misread it, so he drifted a little further off the base than he normally would have. There's a great throw by Riggs, nearly picked off Weller. So you can understand why Weller drifted a little further off. Another throw over, and this one not as close. That pitch in there for strike one to Jack Malik. He's 0 for 1 with a walk, run scored, and a strikeout. And now 0-2 on Malik. So Riggs is a pitch away from at least being eligible to only win it here tonight. Peek over at first. Riggs going to go to work on Malik, and the 0-2 is on the corner. Strike 3. Good way to finish probably for Josh Riggs right there. No runs, a hit. A leadoff single goes for naught for the A's. We're halfway through. 12-5, El Dorado. Aaron Mack leads off for El Dorado here in the home half of the 5th inning. And the first pitch from Warner, missing, ball 1. Aaron Mack 1 for 3 with an RBI tonight. And he fists this one out to Hostetler at short. He's got it for the first out. So 1 away, and here comes Kyle Barfield. 2 RBI double in the first, and 1 RBI single in the second, a sacrifice RBI in the third. 2 for 2, 4 RBIs, 2 runs scored. He's been in the middle of 1 double play, turned by the Broncos, and almost a second. He looks high at ball 1. As we look at the standings in our Jayhawk Summer Baseball League entering play tonight, here's the 1-0 to Barfield, and that's low, ball 2. Liberal entered play tonight 22-9, a half game ahead of 21-9 Derby. Derby won game 1 of their doubleheader against Oklahoma City, so they are tied, playing their second game against Oklahoma City. Hayes is a game out at 20-9, and Hayes was winning big earlier. That one's fouled off. And Dodge City is a game back at 20-9. The top 4 teams, it's going to be pretty interesting to watch the final, 9 or 10 games, how those turn out. Great Bend is 15-16, 7 back. They're 2 ahead of El Dorado at 13-18. Hayesville is 7-24, and OKC is now 3-28. Here's the 2-1 to Barfield. Just missed, 3-1. Great Bend still leading 6-3 at Liberal after 7. (3-1) from Warner, and Barfield fouls it down the third base side. So they've gone full. Liberal at Great Bend, that's right. And the Broncos certainly had their struggles at Great Bend earlier this year. Great Bend will be here Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Of course, we'll have all 4 of those games here on the YouTube. Barfield falls off that pitch. Hayes adds 4 in the 7th, highlighted by a Colin Simpson 3-run homer. 15-2, Hayes leading Hayesville at Hayesville. So 3-2, and the pitch. And that one hit Barfield. That one stung. Right on the, I don't know if it got him on the wrist. That hurt. So Barfield will walk down to first base. Left hand stinging, and you just tell by the way he's holding his arm. So here's Tanner Sheets. Tanner Sheets homered last night. He homered here tonight. He's been walked twice, scored twice, and he has 2 RBIs. Barfield still shaking his left hand, which would be his glove hand out in the field. Here's the pitch, and Sheets looks at strike 1. Sheets hitting .333 entering play tonight. No balls and a strike, and the pitch, and 1 ball, 1 strike. Crosby made a look like he was going to throw down to first there, but he didn't. Put it in his back pocket. 1 ball and 1 strike. And Sheets able to hold up on that curve, 2-1. I tell you, those top 4 teams in our league, Liberal, Hayes, Derby, and Dodge City, all 4 really good teams. Not sure who you would pick as the lead horse of those 4. Sheets got into another one, but right at the left fielder, Ergesti, and he makes the catch. Tanner hit it hard again. Put good wood on it. So here's John Laguerre. Laguerre's 1 for 2 with an RBI and 2 runs scored. Laguerre from St. Charles, Illinois. Purdue University guy. came into play batting .247 here tonight. And looks at ball one. One ball, no strikes. Again, the right fielder Malik plays rather deep out there in right field. And the pitch to Laguerre bounces, and Barfield will easily move to second base. So 2-0 here to Laguerre. Lingering around second is Rhodey. He retreats back to his position, and the 2-0 pitch, and Laguerre hits it right at him. Laguerre hustling down, but he will be retired 4-3. So no runs, no hits, a hit batter, and one left. We'll head to the sixth inning, 12-5 El Dorado. So the night is done for Josh Riggs. He threw 95 pitches in his 5 innings. Didn't get a lot of defensive help early. Then struggled with a couple of walks, but finished strong for El Dorado. 5 innings pitched, 5 runs, 3 earned, 5 strikeouts and 4 walks, and 1 hit batter. Schenker's curveball stays upstairs, 1 ball and 1 strike. Colton Schenker in his 4th game of the season. This is his first time coming out of the bullpen. First time coming out of the pen. And Hostetler fouls this one out of play, 1-2. Schenker has 10 innings of work in, 7 hits given up. He's walked 5 and struck out 9. He has 1 win against 0 losses. Schenker from just down the road in Augusta. He goes to Labette County Community College. Curveball is poked out towards second, and it got past Goad. That had a little topspin or something there, because that one hit the turf and really ricocheted past Goad for a single. So Hostetler again on base. I've seen almost everybody now. Hostetler's one of my favorite guys to watch here. He's a good one. Plays good shortstop. Reached on an air, singled, doubled, and now single. And now Tucker Rohde looks at ball one. Rohde tonight was hit by a pitch, reached on an air, and flew out to center, so he's 0 for 2. And the 1-0, and this one's hit towards White at first. He touches the bag, throws down to second, and he threw it into the outfield. Run down out there, and now a throw to third, and sliding in is Hostetler. So it'll be an error that lets him go to third base. Tanner's glove has been good. His throws have been awry tonight. So here's Carlos Mosley. So let me get the graphics right here. Runner at third now. 1 away. Top of the 6th inning. Broncos on the rail by 7. Of course, they'll play their infield back. They want to get an out. They'll give up a run. One ball and no strikes to Mosley, who has singled twice for 2 RBIs and scored a run tonight. Came into play tonight with a .450 batting average, had a notion, looked like he held up. Oh, they say he swung. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike. The umpire overruled Gina Short. I don't know. Dale wouldn't overrule Gina Short, I know that. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Schenker would love the strikeout here. So a ball and 2 strikes to Mosley. And he flips this one foul. It's going to get out of play as Coyne gives it a look. So a ball and 2 strikes here to Mosley. And I got my first Dodge City email tonight. Tell you about that here in a second. Mosley looks at this one in the turf. It bounces away from Coyne, and he hustles, but he was heading towards third base trying to get that ball and could not flip it back. So it'll be a wild pitch on Schenker, and that allows Hostetler to come around and score. So an email tonight from Luke. And I've been saying it wrong. It's iced tea. Not a guesty, it's iced tea. Iced tea. Said like iced tea. Long I. From the Mensch family in Scottsdale, Arizona. And they say, go Luke. So always fun to hear from fans from the other team. Thank you to the Mensch family for the email. Here's a 3-2 pitch to Mosley. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So 2 away, and here comes Iced Tea. Luke Iced Tea. Scottsdale, Arizona. That is not a bad place to live, I bet. And Ice-T fouls this one off. Strike 1. Luke came into the game in the 3rd inning. His first at-bat came in the 4th, and he grounded out to 3rd on what turned out to be a really nice play by both Gasso at 3rd and White at 1st for El Dorado. No balls and a strike. Curveball drops in there. Strike 2. Well, that one looked like it might have came across high, landed in the strike zone, but the call goes against Dodge City here. No balls and 2 strikes. Right-handed batter, Ice-T. And the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Unearned run scored in the inning for Dodge City on 1 hit, 1 error, nobody left. We're through 5.5, 12-6 El Dorado. So bottom of the 6th inning, and Tanner White will lead it off for El Dorado. The bottom third of the order for the Broncos here in the 6th inning. And White slices one foul into the Bronco bullpen. Warner remains in the game for Dodge City. Came into play with only 9 innings on the season. He's already gone 4 1/3. Here's the 0-1, and White fouls this one off, and it's 0-2. Great Bend goes to the 9th inning. They just tacked 2 more on. It's 8-3, Great Bend over Liberal. Liberal's going to fall out of first place if Derby, well, Hayes is going to certainly be tied with Liberal. Here's the 0-2, and just a bit outside, 1-2. The velocity for Warner has dropped certainly a bit, but he's still, as Gary Carr said, taking one for the team here tonight. And this one bounces in, 2-2. Dodge scored 1 in the top of the first. El Dorado came back with 5. Dodge answered with 2 to make it 5-3, and then 5 more for El Dorado. And it was 10-3, and then 2 more in the third, and the Broncos led 12-3. Dodge City has scratched 3 across since then. It's 12-6. And this one bouncing in, and Crosby feels like a pincushion back there. 3 balls and 2 strikes. We're back on the air tomorrow night. Video stream around 6:40, 6:45. Audio will come on at 7 o'clock. Off day Monday, and then Great Bend's in for 3 on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Here's the 3-2. And White shoots it to left center field, and on the run. Nice catch by Ice-T out there as it started slicing back towards him, but still he went a long way to make the catch. So 1 away. And DJ Gasso, who was not in the original starting lineup. Sam Donnell was supposed to be in this spot, but we're thinking maybe an injured thumb or something. So Gasso, all he's done is go 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. And the first offering to Gasso was fouled off the mask of Crosby. Boy, he's a tough kid. He just shakes it off. No big deal. Just give me a ball. Let's keep playing.
All MIA.
Oh, really? All MIAA. Crosby goes to Washburn University up in Topeka. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out to number 11, DJ Gasso. And the pitch, and a swing and a miss. Swung through it, 1-2. So a ball and 2 strikes to Gasso, and this one bounces in, 2-2. The Crazy Quilters are here. The Crazy Quilters Guild of El Dorado, giving away a baseball quilt and a patriotic quilt during at some point here tonight. Here's the pitch to Gasso, and he put good wood on it, hit it out into left field. Ice-T runs it down, and it'll be a 1-out single for DJ Gasso. He is 3 for 4 tonight. That'll bring up Mason Goad. Goad 0 for 2 with a walk. The Crazy Quilters Guild donates more than 100 quilts yearly to the Susan B. Allen Cancer Center. And I haven't really zoomed in much on the players, but they are wearing cancer awareness tonight. So thanks to the Crazy Quilters of El Dorado. No balls and a strike here to Goad. And Goad tries to shoot it through the right side. Spun back towards the second baseman. They get the out at second. Good play by Rhodey. He was ranging to his left, and then that ball hit something and kind of spun back to Rhodey's right. He stayed with it and was able to retire Gasso.
Number 5, Tyler Bailey.
So Tyler Bailey will step in. Two away for the Broncos here in the 6th. And the pitch from Warner hit Bailey in the back pocket. So runners at first and second for El Dorado. And Jarrett Coyne will undo his shin guards and he'll come to the plate. Appreciate the Legion Riders here tonight. Jarrett Coyne, 1 for 2 with a double, 3 runs scored. Fastball just misses. So 1 ball and no strikes to Jarrett Coyne. And the pitch, Coyne watched it go through for a strike. Jarrett Coyne, 10 RBIs on the season. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the pitch, and Coyne shoots it out into right field. That's a base hit. Here comes Mason Goda, got past the right fielder Malik. That will allow Bailey to score. Coyne on his way to third. So Jarrett Coyne. Two-run score for the Broncos, 1 RBI for Coyne. So a single and then an E9. And here comes Aaron Mack. Although Aaron Mack might be getting called back. We're going to get a different hitter up there. Here's Ben Olson coming up to hit.
Are you kidding me?
Or no, check that. Austin Meyer.
Oh, there it
Austin Meyer to hit. My apologies. I thought I saw 8. It's 9. So Austin Meyer. Mom Suvain. I haven't heard from Grandma Suvain yet tonight. 14-6 El Dorado. And Meyer looks at ball 1. Austin Meyer from Ormond Beach, Florida. And the 1-0 pitch. That's low, ball 2. So Aaron Mack's night is over. He finished 1 for 4. Yes. 2 balls and no strikes here to Meyer. And he had a pitch there, but wasn't to his liking. 2 balls and a strike. Meyer, a .243 hitter on the season. 37 at-bats, 9 hits, 1 double. He's driven in 3. And Meyer, right on this one, fouls it straight back. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
In 5 games, we've been hit 16 times by Dodge City.
Oh, my.
11 times.
Holy cow. 5th game between these teams. El Dorado's been hit by pitch 16 times. 11 times at Dodge City earlier this year. 5 times in 2 nights. And Meyer is swinging a miss. And that is strike 3. El Dorado scores 2 times on 2 hits, an error, and 1 left. We go to the 7th inning, 14-6 El Dorado here on YouTube. Top of inning number 7 here in El Dorado. 14-6. Broncos lead. Shanker out for his second inning of work. And first pitch swinging is Logan Brown, and he fouls it into the Bronco bullpen area. A righty working down in the Bronco bullpen. And the 0-1 to Brown. He fouls this one off. Might have got him on the foot. Let's see if we can zoom down in here. Sam Capps is down there getting some throws in. I wouldn't think he'd come in. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and that one sails high and tight. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Let me get that going. There we go. The 1-2, Brown nubs it towards the pitcher. Shanker fields it and fires it. Strong throw. Colton, a lefty, had to get his feet arranged just right, but he did a good job not rushing himself there. He threw an accurate throw and retires Brown. So here's Zach Weller. Weller is 1 for 2. He walked in the first, struck out in the third, and he singled to lead off the 5th inning. Shanker with the pitch, and Weller looked like he went. He did. Strike 1. No balls and a strike here to Weller. Josh Crosby waits on deck. Here's the 0-1. And that one kind of inside-outed over the Dodge City dugout and out of play. Our email address, if you're just logging on, it's Caden Broadcasting, C-A-D-E-N, Caden Broadcasting at gmail.com. Here's the 0-2. Shanker just missed. Good 0-2 pitch there by Colton. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the curveball drops in there for strike 3 looking. Weller was not expecting that one. So 2 away here in the 7th inning. And Josh Crosby comes up. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Crosby had a good night here last night. Going 2 for 4. 3 runs scored. And the curveball in there for strike 1. The Broncos have some pretty good curveball throwers. Mitch McIntyre, Sam Capps, Shanker certainly in that conversation. There's another one in there for strike 2. And Shanker feeling the groove. He's working quickly for the Broncos. No balls, 2 strikes to Crosby, and a good waste pitch there, 1-2. $14, 11, and 4 for El Dorado. 6, 7, and 3 for the A's of Dodge City. And the 1-2. Going to miss. Coyne tried to tag him. Instead, he'll flip it down to White, and they retire Crosby. It's a 1-2-3 inning for the first time for either side tonight. 3 up, 3 down. It's time to stretch in El Dorado. 14-6 Broncos here on YouTube. Chad Crosby will come in to pinch hit for El Dorado, and I'm sure he'll take over for Kyle Barfield out in center field. And the 1-0 is out of the zone. I believe it's 2-0 now. Chad Crosby from Mission Viejo, California. And the 2-0 pitch, and had a notion, couldn't pull it. Strike one. Crosby hitting 167 on the season. 6 for 36. And the 2-1 to Crosby, sails outside, 3-1. Crosby fouls this one off, and we've run full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So a 3-2 pitch coming here to Chad Crosby from Warner, and outside, and a leadoff walk for El Dorado. Certainly a good night for Kyle Barfield. Hopefully he got hit by a pitch his last time. He stayed in the game to play defense. Hopefully just giving him the rest of the night off just because. Barfield had 4 RBIs tonight, 2 runs scored. 3, yes, so 7 RBIs in the first 2 games here against Dodge City. Tanner Sheets hasn't been too bad either. 2 home runs, 1 last night, 1 tonight. He's 1 for 2 officially tonight with 2 walks and that 2-run home run. Here's the 1-0, and Sheets, he is seeing the ball as good as anyone. That is a long foul ball. Just a long strike if you're John Warner. 1 ball and 1 strike. And this one's hit hard out to left. Ice-T running it down and makes a running catch. So that's twice in a row. Sheets has hit it out into left center, and Luke Ice-T has been able to track it down. Hard hit ball again by Tanner. So 1 away, and here's Johnny Laguerre. He's got the Bad Boys theme going up to the plate. Warner. Pitch is low. Crosby catching. Crosby at first base. 1 ball and no strikes to Laguerre. He singled in a run and scored in the first. Walked and scored in the second. Hit into a fielder's choice and grounded out. So 1 for 3. And this one inside. Throw back to first, and Crosby slides in safely. Two balls and no strikes to Laguerre. And Laguerre will foul this run right back. Well, crowds are like players. A lot of energy and excitement early on. It's been a long game, and so if you didn't know any better, you wouldn't even know anyone's out there right now. We need Harrison to fire up another. There we go. Right on cue. Here we go, Broncos. Just to remind us there are people down below us. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch to Laguerre, that's low, ball 3. And a couple of A's will walk down to the bullpen. Looks like Kurt Johnson. Warner has certainly done good work here for the A's. And he's kept the Broncos off balance for the most part, only giving up 4 runs. Here's a bouncer towards third. Weller comes in on a charge, throws it off the wrong foot and right on target. Great play by Weller to retire Laguerre. Moving down to second base is Chad Crosby. So here comes Tanner White. 16. Oh, really? 2-way for the Broncos, a runner in scoring position. Tanner White has an RBI triple and a run scored tonight, 1 for 4. Hits this one towards Rhodey at second, takes it on a nice big hop over to first, and that'll retire White. And the Broncos, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. We'll go to the 8th inning. El Dorado 14, Dodge City 6 on YouTube. Zach Weiss will lead it off for the A's here in the 8th inning. Schenker out for his 3rd inning of work. Josh Riggs started, went 5 innings. Gave up 5 runs, 3 of them earned. Schenker has been good, giving up just the 1 run in the 6th inning. 1-0 to Weiss, and Weiss fouls this one off. 1 ball and 1 strike. So Derby and Oklahoma City played a doubleheader today. We don't know Game 2. Derby won Game 1. Great Bend has beaten Liberal 8-3, and Hayes beat Hayesville 19-3 tonight. Hayes and Hayesville are the 2 final opponents for El Dorado to wrap up the regular season. All on the road. 2 balls and 1 strike to Weiss. Schenker winds and deals the pitch, and that one's looked like it hit off the foot of Weiss. Foul ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Weiss tonight 0 for 2 of the runs scored. The 2-2 from Schenker. This one's poked out into right field. Coming on hard is Laguerre, and he makes the catch. Mason Code, though, is right out there as well. John took control and made the catch for the first out. So Jack Malik comes up. He's 0 for 2. 2 strikeouts, and he walked and scored back in the 2nd inning. And Schenker's curveball just high, ball 1. Now the Royals and the Dodgers are playing free baseball tonight, 4-4 in the 10th inning. That one caught the corner. Strike 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. Love how Schenker gets on that top of the rubber. He's ready to go, and that curveball again stayed a little bit up. 2 balls and a strike. Malik, the number 9 batter in the order for Dodge, and he sprays one just left of the El Dorado dugout. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Malik from Proctor, Minnesota, goes to North Dakota State University, 6 foot 190. And the pitch hit in the hole. Go dives. He gloves it, but no chance to throw out Malik. Mason Goad just showing off his defensive skills there. That's a heck of a glove there. So the first hit of the night for Malik, and that'll turn the order over to Hostetler, Bennett Hostetler. 3 for 4, I should say, with 3 runs scored tonight. And he's out in front of that curve. Strike 1. Hostetler also goes to North Dakota State University. And this curveball is fouled off, 0-2. More emails trickling in here. Lynn Donovic from Houston saying, "Go Kyle, he had a good night." Hostetler swings and misses, and that's I believe, somewhat of a rarity for him. Only 8 strikeouts this season in 122 at-bats. So 2 away. And a pinch hitter for Dodge City, Matt Campos. Campos from the University of San Francisco. He's from Honolulu. So from Honolulu, goes to school in San Francisco. And we get the pleasure of getting him to bat here in Kansas. Love the Jayhawk League. First pitch is a strike to Campos. And this one low, ball 1. Campos, a .257 hitter, 74 at-bats on the season, 19 hits. 1 ball, 1 strike, and Schenker spiked this one in the turf. Coyne with a good stop, 2-1. Runner down at first base, Jack Malik with a 1-out single. He's there with 2 outs, and Campos with a 2-1 count against Colton Schenker. And the pitch, a little bit high, 3-1. Great gathering of vets tonight on our Honor of Veteran Night. Three balls and a strike. And that pitch stayed upstairs, and a 2-out walk to Campos. That'll put runners at first and second. For a good hitter in Carlos Mosley.
Carlos Mosley.
Mosley up in the box, and he's first pitch swinging, lifts it up on the infield, fires his bat towards the dugout, and Gasso makes the catch. He cut in front of Tyler Bailey to make it. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 2 left. Bottom of the 8th inning coming up. 14-6 Broncos here on YouTube. DJ Gasso will lead off, and a new pitcher in for Dodge City. It's Kurt Johnson. And Gasso, first pitch swinging, nubs it towards first, and it's picked up there by Mosley. He'll tag Gasso for the out. One away, and here's Mason Goad. Kurt Johnson is one of those guys who he can throw right and left-handed. He's throwing right-handed here tonight. And the Dodge City crew told us that he has a 6-finger glove, so he can switch back and forth. No balls and a strike here to Mason Goad. 10th game of the season for Johnson. So he has 4 starts. He has 2 complete games. A record of 2 wins and 1 loss. Here's the 1-1. Missing, 2 balls and a strike. A lot of runs scoring. Well, we had 15 runs scored in the first 3 innings tonight. 17 runs in the first 3.5 innings, so things have certainly calmed down since then. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Goad. Hit into a field time. That pitch missing. 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away here in the home half of the 8th inning. Broncos on the rail by 8. And the pitch, and a swing and a miss, strike 3. Top of the order, Tyler Bailey. Nope, it's going to be Garrett Glass pinch hitting here for El Dorado.
Broncos, number 1, Garrett Glass.
So we'll have to wait and see who takes over at shortstop for El Dorado. Garrett Glass getting an at-bat. Bailey scored 3 runs tonight in that leadoff position for El Dorado, and Glass gets hit by his first pitch. So Gary can add another one to the hit batters at 17 times.
17 times you've been hit by.
Mac gets hit a lot. It's probably half of those.
Not against, well, not tonight. So Jarrett Coyne will get an at bat. Garrett Glass, I was just ready to pull the stats out to see what he's hitting, but he's just already been hit by a pitch. Coyne looks at ball 1. Jarrett Coyne has scored 3 times tonight. He's 2 for 3. 3 runs scored. And got to 3rd in the 6th inning. 2 balls and no strikes. Glass gets his lead off of first. And the pitch to Coyne, hit hard down the left field line, foul. Well, let's look at Garrett. Garrett Glass still only 1 official at bat on the season now. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout and now hit by a pitch. Here's the 2-1 and just missing, 3-1. So 3 balls and a strike to Jarrett Coyne. Austin Meyer waits on deck. 2 away for the Broncos here in the home half of the 8th inning. And the pitch to Coyne, that's high, ball 4. So Austin Meyer will get another at bat. 3rd walk of the night for Jarrett Coyne. Austin Meyer came in for Aaron Mack in the 6th inning and he struck out. So 0 for 1 tonight. Mosley was holding Coyne, but he'll back off now, and Meyer looks at ball 1. Kurt Johnson a little frustrated out on the hill, it looks like there. He gather himself here. 1 ball and no strikes. And gets a strike called here. 1 ball, 1 strike. Meyer, a left-handed batter. And this pitch high, 2-1. Of course, a nice thing with the turf infield, you don't have to repair all the holes that usually are dug by the batters in the batter's box. Here's the 2-1. And Meyer hits it out into right center field. That's going to drop. 1 run is in. Racing around third is Coyne. He will come in. And it's a 2 RBI double for Austin Meyer. So 2 RBIs for Meyer. 2 out, 2 RBI. Nothing feels better for the team you're calling than 2 out hits, 2 out RBIs. Something that plagued this El Dorado team for a long time. They've gotten better as the season's gone on, but unfortunately really dug a pretty good hole in the standings, but they've been better in those situations. So here is Chad Crosby. He walked his first time, and a fastball on the inner third in there for strike 1. And this one hit sharply, but right at Mosley, the first baseman. El Dorado scores 2 times on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. We'll go to the 9th inning, 16-6, El Dorado. Luke Eisty will lead off the top of the 9th for Dodge City, and he fouls this one back. And that one's going to land in the stadium on the other side of the netting. Sam Capps out to see if he can finish this one off for El Dorado. Met Sam's parents from Smithville, Missouri. And he's ahead of Eisty, 0-2. Eisty entered the game in the 4th. He's 0-2. He's down 0-2 here, and the pitch from Capps, high, ball 1. Sam Capps, this is his 7th game. And he has an ERA around 3, and he strikes out Eisty to lead off the 9th inning. Capps is 1-2 on the season. 3 starts and 4 appearances out of the bullpen. And not bad to get an inning of work here. He's not going to start tomorrow night. He have Monday off, and then he'll be ready for Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, I would imagine.
Last game he had 26 balls and 66 strikes.
That's right. And he had a no-hitter through 4 2/3. Sam Capps, last time out, 26 balls and 66 strikes. And he's throwing strikes here in this 9th inning, which delights me. It really delights Gary Carr. Throw those strikes in a 16-6 game. 0-2 here to Logan Brown. And the 0-2, and a swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Capps. 2 away in the 9th.
We had a winner on the 50-50 of $166. It was Jerry Coyne's grandpa, Roger. He donated it back to the Broncos.
So 2 away, and here's Zach Weller. And Weller, first pitch swinging, lifts it up into foul territory. Tanner White is over and makes the catch, and that will end the game. 3 up, 3 down in the 9th inning.
7 balls, 1 strike.
7 strikes, 1 ball. 8 pitches, 7 of them were strikes. So the Broncos win 16-6. El Dorado wins. Let's take a look at that line score for you. 16-12-4 for El Dorado. 6-8-3 for Dodge City. And for the A's, what could have been, they had the bases loaded in the first and second inning. They only scored 3. El Dorado scored 10 runs in the first 2 innings tonight, and they coast to a 16-6 win over Dodge City. The winning pitcher tonight is Josh Riggs. The losing pitcher, A.J. Wood. There was no save. Time of tonight's game, 2 hours and 54 minutes. So the rubber match of this 3-game series will be tomorrow. Video stream around 6:40 or 6:45, and the audio will begin right around 7 o'clock. Hope you will be joining us for baseball here tomorrow night. As always, thank you so much for all your emails. Have a great rest of your Saturday night. Until tomorrow night, Kurt Caden bidding you good night from El Dorado.